What's up, you guys? It's Cody coming back at you with another video from the ADHD Projects channel. We're doing some more work to the 7.3 power stroke like we always are, but basically in my last not my last video, but a couple videos ago, I replaced the old stock power stroke badge with this 6.7 style 7.3 badge, and I basically just pulled the old badge off and scrubbed all the sticky residue off, and it was a real pain in the neck. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was a lot of scrubbing. I used a rag and WD-40 to try and get that sticky residue off. And a lot of you guys recommended that I use Goo Gone in the future for removing stuff like that. So we are doing the door trim today. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but we're doing the door trim today, okay? So that's today's video. We are removing the door trim. I've been having people recommend for a long time. A lot of people tell me that I need to take that off. The truck looks way better without it. And to be honest with you, I agree with you. I always thought it looked better without that. I have a buddy that has the same truck as me, your make, model, and color, everything. He does not have that, and I always thought it looked better. I've just always been afraid of taking it off. But now that I removed the old badge and kind of know how it went, and especially now that I have this Goo Gone, I feel a lot more confident in doing it. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that today. Shouldn't be too bad, especially with this. Since I removed the old badge without using anything, and now I have this, we can compare it and see how good this stuff really works as opposed to not using it. So that'll be pretty cool. I do have a little plastic scraper spatula to use as well, so that should help. So yeah, that's today's video, you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna spray the goo in there and let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then go ahead and start ripping it off. Real quick, if this is your first time here and you enjoy this type of content, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And also, if you like this video, please scroll down and hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the YouTube algorithm promote my videos a little more when you hit the like button. So I'd appreciate that a lot. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, so first thing we're gonna do, like I said, is we're just gonna take this Goo Gone and we're gonna spray it up here in the top, and then actually just let it sit and soak in there for about 5 minutes. Hopefully that helps the stuff, the residue come off easier as opposed to just scrubbing it all at the end. Hopefully this just makes a big difference. All right, guys, while that Goo Gone is soaking in there for a minute or two, I want to go over something with you guys real quick. For those of you guys that saw my last video, which was only up for about 3.5 to 4 hours before I took it down, that was my glow plug relay video. So if you saw my glow plug relay video and then you're wondering where it went, let me talk about that real quick with you guys. Let me open up my hood. So basically, guys, like I always say in my videos, I am not a professional. I'm not a mechanic. I don't claim to be. I'm not a professional on the 7.3 power stroke or anything like that. I'm just a guy having fun working on my truck and showing you guys along the way. That being said, I attempted to upgrade my glow plug relay. Let me jump up here to this white Rogers glow plug relay. Now, I did not realize that my truck, because it's a California 7.3 and the emission laws are so strict here, I actually don't have a glow plug relay. This is my glow plug control module. This replaces the glow plug relay in my California 7.3. I thought this was where the old glow plug relay was, but it turns out this is the air intake heater relay, which is pointless because my air intake heater is deleted. And this is my grounding wire to make the truck still think that my air intake heater is in there. So I basically spent $70 for this white Roger relay and upgraded this air intake heater relay, which is useless, thinking that it was my glow plug relay. So I just wanted to tell you guys about that. I made a mistake. Again, I don't claim to be a professional or know everything about these trucks. Just wanted to let you guys know that. For those of you that saw the video and are curious, I made a mistake. Oh well. Let me know if anybody knows if it's bad to leave that there. I don't think it is. I think it's just pointless. I'm just gonna leave it in there. I'm not gonna try and take it out and return it because it's not their mistake. It was my mistake. So whatever. I'm not worried about it. It's in there. Just wanted to go over that real quick. By the way, thank you to my subscribers and the viewers of that video that let me know about my mistake. That way, not only I could be informed about what I did, but also I could take the video down before somebody sees it and I give them wrong information. I don't want to misinform anybody. So thank you to those guys that let me know about that mistake. So let's go ahead and start taking this off. It's been sitting for about 5 minutes now. All right, guys, so as you can see, the door trim is now off. You can definitely see how dirty it is, and it's definitely, I'm gonna have my work cut out for me scraping and rubbing all that stuff off. Like I said, hopefully the Goo Gone helps a lot. It makes a big difference. Having the spatula did help to take these things off, especially in the beginning where it's really hard to get your fingers under there, get a good grip on it. Using this plastic, I keep calling it spatula, scraper, putty knife, that's what it is. Putty knife, using this plastic putty knife to really get under there first and pry it up, and then you can get your hand on it and pull it. Helped a lot. I also used my knife to cut the residue as I was pulling, so that helped a lot. So now we're gonna go ahead and get to it with a rag, the Goo Gun, and the putty knife, and see if we can get all this residue off. Hopefully it doesn't take too long and it isn't that much work. All right, guys, we've gotten this bottom line. We got most of this sticky, like, you know, 3M style tape off on the bottom. So we still have the top to do, and then of course the back doors. All right, guys, I've been working on this for probably well over an hour now, and this is what I was afraid of. I'm not sure how much you guys can tell, but there's actually not only a difference in color in the paint. This is the paint, obviously, when the truck was first painted. This is factory paint, but underneath the old trim is like a nicer, shinier white. And then up here we have more of a beige, faded white from obviously sun and stuff like that. This is the exact reason I did not want to pull this door trim off. I was afraid to do it because I thought the paint would be different underneath it. And it is, and it also seems to be peeling and cracking. I mean, remember, this is a 18-year-old truck. It's a 2001, and we're in 2019, okay? So this is an 18-year-old truck. So this was a bad idea, apparently, because the paint is different underneath where the old door trim was. It's not a cleaning matter. Like I said, I've been working on this for a while. I got so impatient that I have this tool that I used from when I did my headlight retrofit. It's like a little mini, like a die grinder kind of thing. And I have a little buffing pad on here. You could see it's a little electric die grinder with a buffing pad on there. And so that's completely clean. That's as clean as it's gonna get right there. That's not a clean problem that I need to clean the truck more or anything like that. That is a different in paint color and kind of a crack and a line in the paint where the old thing was. See, the paint's kind of separating right there. If you could see, I know it's hard to get it to focus. See, that's paint cracking where the old thing was. So this pulling the door trim off thing is not gonna work. I'm gonna probably see if I can buy a new door trim for both sides, nice clean new white one, and probably just replace it. That's what this is gonna have to turn into, either that, or if I take it off and clean it all up, I'll have to get everything repainted, the whole truck and everything. I don't really want to do that. I don't have the money for that right now. You know, $4,000 or $5,000 to paint this truck by a good professional paint shop. I think the next steps I'm gonna take is I'm gonna try and find a big buffing wheel. You know, like this is a little tiny buffing wheel on a really weak little electric thing, but I'm gonna try and find a big buffing wheel that maybe fits on like my 4.5-inch grinder, or maybe I have to buy the type of tool that takes the buffing wheel, and see if I can't get all this off a lot easier with that. Again, 18 years old, this stuff is not coming off easy. Scraping it, rubbing it with a rag, the Goo Gun is just not working. So I'm gonna try and get a big buffing wheel and take everything off and see how it looks after everything's off and clean. So I ran to the store to buy a couple things. This is originally what I was looking for. I went to both O'Reilly's and AutoZone and Harbor Freight looking for it. I didn't check Home Depot, maybe they would have had it, but none of these places had it. It's a rubber eraser wheel. This is something I talked to somebody, I called my buddy, and he recommended this, said it works great, but I couldn't find one. So I went to Harbor, when I was looking for it and I was at Harbor Freight, I found these. It says 2-inch lamb wool polishing wheels, okay? This came in a 6-pack, and it came with the adapter piece. This was about $10, and I'm able to use it with the adapter piece in my drill. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is using this to remove everything and spraying the Goo Gone as I'm doing it to act as like a lubricant, a coolant. I want to keep this nice and cool, and I don't want to burn my paint, so I spray this as I'm using this wheel, and it's coming off pretty good. Now the other thing I bought, this was at AutoZone. I think I bought this one. I'm sure O'Reilly's has it too. Complete compound. A lot of you guys know what this does already. It's supposed to take away scratches and, you know, defects and stuff like that, blend your paint better and stuff like that. So hopefully this helps with the paint color difference from where I removed the badge to where the sun has basically been hitting the paint for the last 18 years, and hopefully that makes that blend a little more. I did try it a little bit in the beginning already. I can show you guys. This is where I've already used the cleaner wheel, the buffer wheel, to about right here. I've used it over here to remove all the goo. Came off super easy. And then I've only used the compound about somewhere around here to here. So you can tell a difference between this with that dark line there, as opposed to over here, it's a lot lighter. So it does work a little bit. I'm only doing it by hand with a rag right now using the compound. So I will probably buy like a buffer pad with like an electric tool that I can use to really like electrically apply, you know what I mean, like a tool to apply the compound much faster and easier, and hopefully blend that better. So yeah, hopefully with the use of the compound and the applicator tool, it can really blend that into the difference in paint color. And again, if not, then I will probably just buy a new door trim and replace the whole thing. So now we have to get to the back door. It actually went really fast using that lamb's wool on the drill. We got the rest of the driver's door done pretty quick. I still have to do the compound over here, like I said, maybe even a little more with the drill. All right, so let me go ahead and show you guys how well this works. I already sprayed some Goo Gone everywhere. Now obviously I was doing it one-handed so that way I could show you guys with the camera, so I wasn't able to put as much pressure. If you use two hands and a little bit of extra pressure and really take your time, you can see it really gets all that goo off pretty easily, pretty quick. So as you can see right there, it should go pretty quick. Let's go ahead and get to it. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got pretty much all of the sticky residue off. There's still this brown line, which is where the top of the door trim was, and it doesn't really come off with just the Goo Gone and the wool, but it does work pretty good with the compound, as you can see over here, like I showed you guys earlier. So what I'm gonna do now is apply the compound with a soft rag. I'm gonna apply the compound all over where the marks are and where the badge used to be, well, the door trim. And then I'm gonna come back with a clean, fresh one of these wheels and use that to really rub the compound into it. See if we can remove everything like that. So let's see how it goes. All right, you guys, so there it is. That's it. It is off. You can definitely still see a little bit of the difference in color when you really get close up and look at it, but for the most part the lines are mostly gone. The back door is still there a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and go over that a couple more times probably in the future. I'm gonna, you know, wash the truck, probably buy that buffing pad I was telling you guys about, and then add some more of that rubbing compound on the back door. But even from back here already, you can't really tell. The truck's not perfect as it is. It's super dirty right now. It's got other scratches, so it's not a huge deal, and honestly you can't even tell. I can't even see it from here in person, you know, let alone I don't think you guys can see it on the camera. Like I said, I'll go over it some more in the future, and hopefully it gets, you know, goes away completely eventually. So there it is, you guys. It's completely off. A lot of you guys have been telling me for a while that the truck will look better without it. So there you guys go. I removed it for you. It was a lot of work. Obviously this is only the passenger side, and I will have to go back and do the driver's side, but you guys can obviously see, since I did one side, I'll be able to do the other. So it's still over here on this side. It's going to take a lot of work. No reason for me to get it on video for you guys, because it's going to be the same process probably. If anything changes or anything goes wrong or anything, obviously I'll update you guys with that, but for now I think we're going to be good. Again, passenger side is done, and I do think I agree already, it does look better without it. The truck looks a lot more sleek. It just looks way nicer actually. I do like it. It was a lot of work, but I'm happy with it. So that's pretty much it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously it was a lot more work than I expected. I was really hoping to be able to just pull that thing off and kind of be okay. You know, when I took the badge off to replace the powerstroke badge, there wasn't a difference in paint color. It looked exactly the same underneath the badge, so I didn't really think this was gonna be like that. I did have the fear, I was worried that the paint would be different underneath the door trim, but I didn't think it was actually, I was hoping it wasn't gonna happen, but it did. But it's all right, no big deal. We got it out. For the most part it looks pretty good, and eventually one day I want to get the whole truck repainted anyways. Like I said earlier in the video, that is going to be expensive, so that's not going to happen right now, but eventually, I mean, I want the truck to be as nice as possible. I'm never going to stop working on it, and one day I will probably repaint the whole thing. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.